Hey guys, it's Chef Jason Race, hardware grilling expert. Today in the studio, we are talking about reverse sear on these beautiful New York steaks on our XL Big Green Egg. Very excited for this because we're gonna do some dual zone cooking. We are going to use the Egg Genius as well. But like I always say, don't worry. If you don't have the Egg Genius, a fantastic thermometer like the Maverick digital thermometer is going to work absolutely perfect. So let's go through. We're gonna talk real quick about how we selected these steaks, what to look for when you're buying steaks at the local grocery store or local butcher. Then we'll get the egg fired up, do a little bit of prep, and then it is steak time. We're gonna start off today with our Rub A Dub seasoning, perfect for meat. I'll use olive oil or that canola oil for a little bit of a binder if I need it. Now, check it out. Here's what I found for steak. So I bought some beautiful prime New York steaks, right? Beautiful, rich color on these two, but look at this guy here. See how that has a little bit of browning to it? That's actually oxidation. So what happened was these two steaks were stacked on top of each other, and when that happens, you get just a little bit of oxidation, and then this guy was actually in the middle of both of those. So if you ever see that, don't worry about it. It just means when the butchers packed them, they accidentally put them on top of each other, but you're gonna be totally fine. Now, look at this. See all that moisture on the surface? I actually am not gonna use any oil because these steaks are resting beautifully, warming up just a little bit. So we pulled them, we let them rest for about 5 or 10 minutes just to warm up a little bit. Now we're gonna season as light or as heavy, like we always say with that Rub A Dub. We'll let this soak into the first side here for just a couple minutes. We'll pat it down, and then when we see this start to get a little bit red and that seasoning starts to absorb some of that moisture, we'll flip that and do it to the other side. We are here at the extra large egg. Now, if you look at this, check this out. Look how I have it set up. If you have the fire bowl with the divider, that will work great. But if you don't, and even if you're on a large egg or an extra large egg, I like to set the charcoal to one side because now what I'm doing is making dual zone. I'm gonna have that hot side here and that cool side. So we'll start that steak off on the cool side, on the egg expander, slowly raising that internal temp, and then we'll have a grill grate right over this so we can get it hot and fast and finish it off. So we'll go ahead and get the fire started. Get this guy all set and ready to go. As you can see, we've got the expander system in today too. Now, if you don't have the expander system, don't worry about it. Your grill grate will work just fine. I'm gonna use this because it actually gives me a little bit better surface up here to put that steak, keeping it even more indirect heat than I have. Now, I'm gonna take the alligator clip for the Egg Genius. We're gonna go ahead and plug this guy in right there to the clip. And now we're gonna go ahead and close this, and then I'll show you how we get the Egg Genius set down below. Plug the Egg Genius into the power. We've got the pit probe in. We'll wait on that meat probe until we add the steak, but now go ahead and clip it onto the little bracket. We've got that guy all set there, and we'll go ahead and leave it. Make sure it's on there nice and secure, just like that. And we'll go ahead, dial it up, fire up the app, we'll get this set. Time to load our probe. Now, here's a trick I learned from one of my chef friends. I'm actually gonna say, all right, the middle is right there. Here's the end of the steak, so I'm gonna pinch that, and then I know exactly how far I go in to the middle. So we're gonna go right into the center of the steak, right in the center there. We'll go ahead and put this up here. We're gonna plug this in now to the Egg Genius, and we're gonna raise this internal temp to about 115 degrees. So we'll use the Egg Genius and the app to do that. Like I said, if you don't have an app, temperature check that with one of your beautiful digital thermometers. All right, let's go ahead and give this a burp, see where we're at. Now, look at this, steak sitting right at about 105. Look at that though. Nice, even, slow temperature increase, but then I'll tell you what, cool thing here, look at this. We're multitasking, we're working on our vegetables as well. So probably another couple minutes. Like I said, we're gonna take these to 115. Then it'll be time to sear them off right above that hot, hot fire. First thing we do is we're gonna go ahead and take out the Egg Genius probe. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and pull these guys to this pan here real quick because I'm actually gonna remove that top grate. So we'll go ahead and do that. We'll come back and then we'll show you how we get these guys seared up to perfection. All right, let's go ahead and get these guys seared off. Now, like we always tell you, I'm gonna go probably 2 to 3 minutes aside. They were up at 115 degrees. I'm gonna sear them off till about 120, 22, but you can sear them longer if you want them more well done. So we'll let these guys go about 3 minutes aside, and then we'll come back and flip them. All right, so we went ahead and flipped these guys. We got them turned over. Now, I'm worried about char. I'm worried about crust. I'm not concerned with grill marks. I want to get a beautiful crust, beautiful sear. We'll close it, let them go a couple more minutes. Right at about 127 degrees, we are good to go. Let's head in the kitchen. We're gonna let these guys rest, and then quality control at its finest. I'm sorry, I was doing a quality control before the quality control because the studio smells absolutely amazing. Now, hour and 16, 17 minutes total cook time today. That allowed us that indirect time to raise that internal temperature of that steak up into that 115, and then it gave us sear time at the end to get it done. But I'll tell you what, check out this doneness, because this steak came in absolutely perfect. Medium, right? But we're medium literally side to side, top to bottom, front to back, which is the whole intention and purpose behind doing that reverse sear. It may take a little bit longer, but I'll tell you what, is absolutely fantastic. We use that Egg Genius, but like I said, if you don't have that, don't worry. Grab a trusty thermometer and you will be set to go as well. Then that Rub A Dub gave us all that seasoning, and then we rested these guys for a little bit too. That's always important. We rested them for about 5 minutes, put that butter on there, allowed that butter to melt while we rested these steaks, and I'll tell you, we are good to go. Quality control is going to be absolutely fantastic. I'm Chef Jason, your Ace Hardware grilling expert. Now, don't forget, a little bit of homework for you. You need to subscribe to the Ace Hardware YouTube channel. That's right, click subscribe, click those post notifications so you don't miss out on this drool-worthy steak content. And then questions and comments, keep them coming, because we absolutely love them. We love hanging out with you and interacting with you and seeing what we can do to make you legends in the backyard cooking circuit. And then coming up, if you thought this was a doozy, I'll tell you what, we've got a reverse sear ribeye coming up that is absolutely awesome. And then we've got a hot and fast filet as well. We did a little Wagyu beef hot and fast. So a lot of cool tricks, tips, and advice we've got for you on the Big Green Egg. So it's time to dig in. And quality control again, because, you know, I already quality controlled once, so figured I'd come back at it. That right there, perfection. Cheers.